Okay. It's day 86 of the Momentum Challenge with heart and mind aligned. Okay, they're here already, but they love the chiming, so it's chime time. Welcome, angels. We thank God for the angels. Welcome. They're here to support us. Okay, so we are on day 86 of the Momentum Challenge. We challenged ourselves to 90. Oh my gosh. 4 more days. 4 more days. It's going to be like our Independence Day together. All those little seeds that you planted for your dreams, goals, visions, acts of service, and purposes. It's coming large and in charge. Many of you have come a far way, and I want to just keep encouraging you that if you do the work will do you. So don't give up. No matter what the 3D is trying to say to you, don't give up. Okay, so this is a point where I break it down into points or tools, Florence's tools or points, whatever, you know. Okay, so, you know, the point. Okay, the law of non-resistance. Okay, that's point number 1. We're going to be practicing this law of non-resistance. Point number 2. Resist not evil, be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. So we are all overcoming evil with good. We are going to hold that vibrational state of goodness so that nothing else but goodness can be there. Okay, point 3. The Chinese say that water is the most important element because it is perfectly non-resistant. It can wear away a rock and it can sweep all before it away, right? Water is also very healing. So on that note about Chinese saying that the water is the most powerful element, I wanted to just add this in because the largest aquifer in the island of Oahu in Hawaii has been poisoned by the Navy with jet fuel, radiator fluid, diangem, Clorox, Simple Green, all these things. So I wanted to just throw this at you a little bit. Your skin is 64 to 75% water. Your muscles are 80 to 85% muscle. Your kidneys, 75 to 80% muscles. And this is according to Medical News Today and several medical journals. Your bones, check this out, 25 to 31% water. Think about this. Your bones are made of a lot of water. Your brain, 80 to 85% water. Your heart, boom, boom, 75 to 80% water. And your lungs, 75 to 80% water. Liver, 70 to 75% water. Blood, 50% water. Are you grasping this? The Creator just is amazing. Teeth, 8 to 10% water. So the body overall can have 60%, be made of 60% of water, but when they break down, each organ, that's how it is. So that is how important water is. And the Chinese are right. So I'm just saying, we know from Emoto's work in Japan, also he's right. When you speak or you bless the water, it changes its consistency. So let's practice loving each other as these beautiful water, temples, and let's speak love and goodness to each other because I love you all. The way of water ain't no joke. We need water. Okay, point number 4. Jesus Christ said Resist not evil, for he knew in reality there is no evil, therefore nothing to resist. So evil has come by man's own vain imagining. So we can either be temples that are housing God, we are gods, or we can be temples that are housing evil. So let's choose God. So it also shows a belief in two powers. So this other side of energy can't exist unless the one power is there. So we don't want to split the powers up. It's one power. We are not believing in the two powers. We are in the one power. And if you continue to keep focusing on that one power, when things start to get a little interesting, you fall back into that comfort and that support that the one is supporting you. Okay, point number 6. The story of Adam and Eve, that they ate in the Maya, the tree of illusion. They ate, the legend where they ate the apple, and this caused them to believe in two powers instead of the one God. Okay, and therefore evil is a false law man has made for himself through psychoma and soul sleep. Okay, so soul sleep means that, so we're still under the story point, that man's soul has been hypnotized by the race belief of sin, sickness, and death. So that's what you see right out there, just constantly be projected. But when you start to awaken, you realize sin, sickness, and death, all these things do not resonate with our God being. So, which is carnal or mortal thought, and his affairs have outpictured his illusions. So what is in projects out. So we also got to watch what gets in, because it will be projected out. Okay, point 7. We have read in the preceding chapters that man's soul is his subconscious mind, right? So we got this. Our soul is our subconscious mind, and whatever we feel deeply good or bad is outpictured from the faithful servant, right? So we are going to be picturing good, and we are going to start learning to really hone and focus our attention to hold the good images, to hold the loving images, to hold the peaceful images, to hold the balanced images. So his body's affairs show forth what he has been picturing. Okay, so point number 8, Florence gives the examples of if somebody is picturing sickness, they get sick. If they're picturing wealth, they get super wealthy. If they're picturing luxury travel, they luxury travel. If they're picturing a new home, they get a new home. You get the idea. So when you catch yourself starting to imagine not good stuff, bullshit, stop sign and divert, go the other way. Okay, point number 9. This one's the one about children and illness. How can basically such innocent little beautiful children attract illness, right? Because they're too young. And Florence talks about that. Oh, and I know as a mother, we can be worrywarts because we love our children and we just want to make sure that they're safe. And we are diligent in this. We want to make sure they get sleep, they get food, they're in safe environments, etc., etc. So she says a metaphysician told her, if you do not, okay, so this is point 10, but we're going to sweep back into the mother thing. Point 10 is if you do not run your subconscious yourself, your mind, subconscious mind yourself, somebody else will run it for you. And we are watching a lot of this. So we want to learn to run our own subconscious, to choose to the best of our abilities. Some people say you can't choose any of this stuff, but we do have choices in our day. You know when you're focusing on things that are good and you're making the best of things because you move in a certain way. And if you're doing the negative, you're going to move in a certain way. So let's run our subconscious mind. Let's make our greatest efforts to be healthy, wealthy, loved, healed, generous, and all that good stuff. Okay, point 11. Mothers often unconsciously attract illness and disaster to their children by continually holding them in thoughts of fear and watching for symptoms. Okay, so point number 12, she gave the example, the measles story, where the mother was asked, did your little lovely darling have measles? And she said, not yet. And that implies, do I have 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel? Not yet. It implies that I know I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers in the future at some point. There's going to be success because I'm anticipating it. So let's make what we are anticipating wonderful. Isn't it? Isn't it wonderful? Let's stay in that place when we are thinking about others and ourselves and our world around me and you. Okay, so you got the idea. Okay, 13 is the right think goodwill to man. So the right think right? So the man who is centered and established in right thinking, the man who sends out only goodwill to his fellow man, and who is without fear, cannot be touched or influenced by the negative thoughts of others. And that is also a way that we can heal. When we lift up that critical mass threshold high enough, people will begin to heal. You will be able to look in their eyes that they have the faith and belief to get up and walk. And that's where we are all moving. We are moving on cleansing ourselves, lifting ourselves up, purifying ourselves, wishing the goodwill of the man, so the vibration that we hold is so high, you heal. If you look at what Dr. Joe Dispenza is doing, that's what he's doing. He lifts the vibration so high in the room through his meditative practices that basically when you're in that environment, you're going to heal. And he's had many, many miraculous healings. Okay. So we want to get to the point where we're sending only good thoughts to ourselves and we're only sending forth good thoughts to others. Okay, so that's a point 13. Now, point 14 is point blank. Resistance is hell, for it places man in a state of torment. And that's right. Whatever you resist will persist. So, okay, point 15 is story. So this is the story about the metaphysician who gave her a wonderful recipe for taking every trick of the game of life, like to win. And it was about non-resistance. So he talked about how he was always getting babies to baptize, and he switched up the game, and instead of baptizing babies, when he got something that was failure, he blessed it success. When he got something that, was sick, he blessed it healthy, and he did it in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And so he had many, many miraculous healings. Okay, so that's point 15. Okay, point 16 is that when you are blessing from failure to success, you're on that hermetic line and you are moving them up the spectrum, you are transmuting. This is the great law of transmutation. So through point 17, through the spoken word, every failure is transmuted into success. So grab that in. Through transmutation, every failure, when we speak this, every failure is transmitted into success. So I am speaking into your lives right now. May every failure turn into success. Ooh. Okay, I can't wait to share more about how meaningful that is for me on this particular day. But I'm speaking into your life. If you're sick, you're well. If you are in the wrong career, you are in right career. If you are in need of vacation, you are in the proper vacation, etc., etc. If you are poor, you are rich. Okay, we're going to keep transmutating and moving through. So I would love to know what point maybe you might be gripping and using in your day-to-day life, or just any positive comments that you have. I really appreciate you here at the channel, and follow me, subscribe, like, and leave your positive comments. I very much appreciate that. And day 86, I'm so proud of everybody. All right. And I don't know, this is a little weird, but This is like one of Brian Scott's favorite pictures. We got it. We got the vibes going here, everybody. We got the vibes going. Okay. So, may you be at peace. Okay? May you be at peace.